Hello, I'm Joshua Levy, and I'm excited to talk to you about Joshua Stage for LearnLee Career Day. Here's our Joshua Stage logo, so excited to share our organization with you. A little bit about me, my family. We have a daughter, Shayna. There's myself in the big brown Indiana Jones looking hat, and my wife, Lori, and our son, Noah, and our two dogs, Husker and Zoe. How in the world did Joshua Stage come to be? Well, as a child, I was writing stories and plays and really loved that experience. I had the chance to share my stories with my parents and actually had kids in the neighborhood come and be in the plays that I was writing and producing. So had that from an early age. Meanwhile, sometime in middle school, about eighth grade, I was invited to be a special education teaching assistant for a class for middle schoolers with special needs. Found that I really enjoyed the experience as I was able to teach some English language arts lessons under the supervision of the teacher, of course, and really enjoyed that. Didn't think too much of it until later on in high school when additional opportunities became available to be a teaching assistant throughout high school with special needs classes. That led me to a career in special education. So I went to undergraduate to study how to become a teacher for individuals with special needs at the elementary school level. And that was my first position here in the Austin area to become a special education teacher. I also worked with high school students with special needs, and I was also an assistant principal. I then, after about 9 years in public education, went on to the private sector and program and project management with an educational publishing company. And along the way, I got my MBA. So 9 years in public education, about 9 years in the private sector, theatrical background, creativity, and all of that, boom, led to that great epiphany for me, just like in Back to the Future when Doc Brown hits his head on the toilet and he conjures up the the capacitor. So my moment is fall 2015, similar experience, but I didn't quite hit my head on the toilet. So instead of a time machine, I actually had the idea for Joshua Stage. And by March 2016, Joshua Stage was founded as a nonprofit organization. And specifically, we are an enrichment program for individuals ages 3 to adult with a wide range of special needs. Our specific audience, again, ages 3 to adults, and special needs certainly has a large connotation. So some specific disabilities and special needs and challenges that includes autism, ADD and ADHD, Down syndrome, speech and language delay, visual and hearing impairment, and many other disabilities as well. Joshua Stage also has typical developing peers in our programs, either as participants, role models, volunteers. So we have everyone. Other audiences that either are involved in our program or that we reach out to include teachers, psychologists, therapists, both in the occupation recreation therapist, speech therapy, daycares. We can go do workshops with those places, clubhouses and leasing offices. If folks want to get together and have us in their clubhouse at an apartment complex or a condominium complex, so on and so forth, we're happy to do that. And anybody that wants to interview myself or any of our team members on a podcast, we're happy to do that, of course, on TV news and so on and so forth. Specifically, we offer summer programs, after school programs, workshops, and we also have online programs. So we are in the best of both worlds. So putting all this together to conduct our programs, I came up with the creative outlet method. That's the actual formal program behind the scenes of Joshua Stage that our team members are trained in and they implement. And all the participants at Joshua Stage have an opportunity to demonstrate their creativity. They increase their self-confidence. They can build social skills through our positive behavior supports known as the HIP rules and the A+ audience. So our HIP rules are hey, hey, what? So instead of asking the participants to quiet down or please be quiet. We say, hey, they say, hey, what? And then we say, hey, let's move on to theater arts. Let's move on to arts and crafts. The I in the HIP rules is I am making good decisions, and our 3 Ps are positive actions, positive words, and participation. And the A+ audience is much what I'm doing now, where I'm focused on you, the viewer, and hopefully you are focused on me, the presenter, with our ears open and our eyes open, and we're participating actively in the program. And there's other audience types that you don't want to be, known as the B audience, which you're kind of not really paying much attention. And then there's the funky fools, which is way out of control and you're just kind of like off the rails. So if that's happening, we're going to say, hey, you're going to say, hey, what? We're going to say, hey, A+ by 3, A+ by 2, A+ by 1. And that's some of the methodology intertwined with our positive behavior supports to keep our participants engaged. We do theater arts and improv. So we play games, many of which you're probably familiar with: Alien Interview, Statues in the Park, Follow the Leader, Magical Rocks, and I could go on and on. Some activities that are exclusive to Joshua Stage include Juice and Pizza. You'll have to come to one of our programs to find out what we mean by that. We play What's on TV. We play What's for Dinner. Other games that you might be familiar with include Guests at a Party, Freeze, and Categories. So we certainly do all of that. And again, with the creative outlet method behind all these activities. We also do arts and crafts, which certainly means we have a lot of activities in that realm. You can see paper bag. Puppet making is one of our favorites. Mask making out of paper plates. We draw creatures from other planets. We make robots. We make things from popsicle sticks. You name it, we pretty much put it together. Have a lot of fun with that, especially when we do backgrounds for the drama and the play that we do. We also have music at Joshua Stage, and that is through singing or sometimes guitar or sometimes piano. Sometimes we'll throw on a playlist and we'll sing along to the music. And we like to create our own music as well. We create our own songs. So we have a lot of fun with music at Joshua Stage. We also dance. So we teach dances. We do dance parties. We just have an absolute blast. And sometimes we have team members who are able to do a small choreographed dance routine, which we will perform for friends and family during the showcase. Wide range of dancing. Photography. So you can see we have digital cameras and we teach our participants how to use those. Go around, take some really cool pictures, put those together on a poster board or a trifold board. And for the showcase, our participants actually present those photographs and talk about why they're their favorite from the week. We also do create a story. So you come up with what you want to do, who you want to be, how the story is going to go, where it takes place, what it's called, all these amazing ideas for the story. And then we act it out on the spot. And that turns into our story for the showcase. Like in a summer program, every Friday, we'll do a showcase where it begins with the creative story that makes itself into an original play. Or sometimes we'll do a musical, also based on create a story or create a musical. We can do create a song as well. And speaking of the showcase, we have lots of fun. We have costumes. We have folks get together and they work as a team to put on the original play that they worked on during the week. And we present our photography exhibits. We might dance, like I said earlier, and sing original songs. It's a lot of fun and everybody comes out to watch, and you don't have to memorize anything. And as long as you're having a good time, that's all that we really want from you, and that you feel great about yourself. How else can you get involved with Joshua Stage other than coming as an amazing participant to our programs? We are looking for volunteers. You could become a member of our board of directors. You might know of a business or a company that wants to sponsor Joshua Stage, which would then benefit individuals who have special needs and also have financial constraint who would like to participate in our program. So a business helping along in that funding certainly helps families out. You could make an individual donation, and we're up on Amazon Smile. So you can go to Amazon Smile, type in Joshua Stage, and select Joshua Stage for your Amazon beneficiary purchases. All that adds up and helps our families who are in need of our programs. Also, not only do I do Joshua Stage, I came up with Joshua Levy Educational Consulting, which is to work with parents and children's museums and educators to better understand and how to strengthen their relationships working and engaging people with special needs, whether it's your own child or your students or folks who come into your museum. And I can help you really strengthen that relationship with those individuals. And I wrote a book on it. So as I mentioned, we have the creative outlet method. So I wrote that specifically for at-home activities for children with special needs. It's available off my website, joshuaconsults.com, here in Austin, Texas at Book People, and at a really cool bookstore in Asbury Park, New Jersey. So it's got about 30, well beyond 30 activities that are specifically written with instructions on how to do the activity at home. You can do this in your classroom, in a therapy group. Really great resource. And I love that we have our Ferris wheel round of applause that I'm going to show all of you today. And it's our right hand up, left hand up, cross them in front, pat on the back, and a round of applause. And normally we do that really fast because it's a lot of fun and it feels really good. So I'll go real fast. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Right hand up, left hand up, cross them in front, pat on the back, and a round of applause. Well, thank you very much for participating with Joshua Stage today. You can reach me directly at email at joshua.levy@joshuastage.org. Check out our website, joshuastage.org. Thanks. We hope to see you at a future program.